What's up with you guys out there? Hey now, we are here once again for another edition of the Gangsta Jake TV series read. I'm Nyerere Jase, and I just want to welcome you guys to my channel. Thank you guys for being here. I know that you could be anywhere in the world right now, but you're right here with me, and I appreciate the fact that you are. Thank you, no doubt about it. Just to let you know, guys, I am a big deal, and I'm actually breaking news. That's me right there, breaking news, baby. Well, we're gonna get to all that, to the breaking news, the good information. We're gonna get that in the next podcast down the road, because I got some good stuff coming up. I've been on the phone. I've been communicating with some film people. We've been talking about actually getting this thing going, getting this thing shot up. So, you know what? I'm getting closer to the filming than you guys actually know. As I mention all the time, there's no going back and forth. Whatever we mess up on, we're not going to be editing, cut back and forth. We just, whatever you get is live, is coming how it comes. Anything subject to pop up around here. Am I lying? Am I lying? Okay. That's what you should have been there. But anyway, I was talking about my co-host over there. She's sitting over there with look like she got some panties in her hand or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, we're going to save that for later. Let me get into this story. Right now, we're going into chapter 8 of, remember y'all, the Gangsta Jake book. This is the first part of the Gangsta Jake book. This is the second part right here. This is Gangsta Jake, the result of a snitch. That is Gangsta Jake, Path of Terror. And the third one is Gangsta Jake, Peace Treaty 2017. This one right here is the trilogy. This is a trilogy. This is a 3-book series. And I need you guys' help. I need your participation, as if you guys really care. And I know you do. That's why I need you guys here. That's why I am here with you, because we got to get this TV series out there, up and cracking. Before you know it, this TV series is going to be as if it should have been there. As if it should have been there. You guys ever watch Power? You ever watch BMF? You ever watch Snowfall? You ever watch, I don't know, any one of them series is out there. Any one of them that's out there that's mainstream. This one right here, imagine in your mind it happening as I read this story along. And you guys are going to feel what the hell I'm talking about, because before you know it, we're going to be doing this together, watching this together. You're not going to be like, I know that dude when he first got this thing going, when he first started, when he tried to do a podcast, when he done this, when he done that. Because guess what? It takes a whole lot to get this type of stuff going, especially when you're doing it from an independent level. I'm not Kevin Hart. I can't come up out of nowhere and become successful like how Cat Williams was talking about he did. I'm not putting no dress on to do none of this stuff, man. It ain't going to happen that way. So we got to grind it out from the bottom. We got to start from here, from there. It's been a couple of years since it's been going on this process, but guess what? It's been going pretty good. And we're getting at the peak of doing some great things. But in the meantime, until that happen, purchase one of these books, y'all. It ain't but $20, a dub. And in addition to these right here, you got other books. I got a whole other series. It's called Can't Get Enough. That's a whole other series, a whole other level. These are jewelry store robbers, and they crack it. They're not gang members like how Gangsta Jake is, but they are very interesting characters, and it's a whole nother interesting couple of characters up in there. So get aboard that. You guys will definitely enjoy that. But without any further ado, let me get into the Gangsta Jake, the end result of a snitch, chapter 8, reading. This chapter is called Too Close for Comfort. So what's up, young homie? What brings you over this early? Do you have a jack move up or something like that? My chips are kind of getting low. Taking care of all these damn kids keep me broke. I'm headed to Brooklyn, cuz I need you to park my car over there in your at your spot for a few days. You know that ain't no problem. What's going on in New York? Y'all trying to get married or something? No, nothing like that. I just need to check on a few things out there. Check a couple traps. Boy, you're doing big things. You must have a few bricks of that cocaine you're trying to get off. Hell no. I'll be damned if I let any of these snitches sell me out to the feds in order to gain some time off of their asses. You already know these rats done put a black eye in the game by telling on everything that's moving. I just have to take care of some business on that end. Damn, big homie, what are you trying to do? What you doing, writing a book or something? No, I just was concerned about your little wild ass. I'll be all right. But anyway, my flight leaves in 2 hours. Good looking on parking my car for me. Parking it, did I hear you right, homie? You know I have to hit a few corners. It's okay if I drive while you're gone, isn't it? That's not what I had in mind, but I'm not tripping. Get your ball on. Just don't be fucking in my ride. Get a room if it comes down to it. Me and my girl are the only ones that got action on putting it down like that in there. Rohan, Michelle said while blushing, don't be telling all our business, girl. It ain't no secret. I know fine as you are, the little homie stay running up in you every chance he gets. No question. Hey, slow your roll, big homie. This conversation is getting way too personal. 20 minutes after driving away from Horsehead apartment, the three drove up to Terminal 1 at the Los Angeles International Airport. The Department of Justice had recently issued a code red throughout the nation, which had security at its all-time high. Al-Qaeda was threatening to blow up U.S. and British targets. FBI airport security with bomb-sniffing dogs and military personnel could be seen throughout the terminal. The country was in panic, and it was obvious by the stressful looks on the public face. Thinking about the pistol on the floor mat of Gangster Jay's car suddenly reminded Horsehead that it was time to leave the airport premises. He had been running the streets long enough to understand that guns, criminals, and the police presence were a bad combination. After unloading the luggage onto the curbside, he would soon be making his way off the airport property. Say, youngster, this scene ain't my cup of tea. I'm about to get some distance between all these white folks with badges. I'm already in violation by coming in contact with the police. It would make my parole agent day to send me back to the pen behind some bullshit like this. Chirp me when you get back to town, and I'll come scoop you up. Better yet, catch a cab to my pad. I can't fade being around all these police. They give me the creeps. All right, my nigga, make sure to take care of my ride. You already know I don't have any insurance on it. I got your back, young rider. Y'all have a good trip. And Michelle, don't be so mean to me next time. Boy, don't start with me again, she snapped. All right, relax, little mama. He placed both of his arm palms at her. I don't want no beef with you. A's up, my nigga. I'm out. At that moment, Horsehead was not trying to hear her voice any longer. He was hoping his little homie would have placed his girl in check. It ain't no way I would have allowed any of my females to get that far out of pocket with my folks, he mumbled inside his mind as he drove off. Nonetheless, by having much love and respect for Michelle, mostly based on the fact that she stayed down with Gangster Jay for so many years in prison, he was able to put up with her drama. Her loyalty alone superseded any bad feelings he may have had for her. As the couple stood in line waiting to purchase their tickets, Gangster Jay observed two plainclothes police looking at them. He remained calm while the line moved forward. At the counter, he reached inside his pants pocket and pulled out a wad of $100 bills. The half ounce of marijuana in his possession was secure in a location that only a body x-ray would be able to detect. He was not worried about them finding that. However, the triple homicide and the attempted murder on the police did circulate through his mind as he tried to look relaxed. Okay, so nice. Jake is on his way to Brooklyn, New York. Him and his girl Michelle. Sir, would you like a window or aisle seat? Gangster Jake remained quiet as he pondered on possible ways to evade being apprehended. But all his thoughts were to no avail. "Excuse me, sir. Sir, excuse me. Hello," the clerk said as she began to wave her hand near his face. Gangster Jake did not pay her any mind as he continued to space out. Michelle, out of embarrassment, was forced to tap him on his right arm. "Oh, I'm sorry. Miss, what's the question?" Gangster Jake said, feeling the jitter. He was not at all concerned with the threat of terror. His worries were set on the police around him. He did not like the fact that they were armed and he was not. He felt naked without his peace. His mind was made up that he would not be going back to prison without a gun battle. Apparently, he failed to factor in the possibility of being inside of an airport unarmed with police everywhere. "Where would you like to sit, sir? By the window or aisle?" "Make it the window. As a matter of fact, here, Michelle, deal with her." He passed Michelle 12 big faces before turning to look back to the officers who had disappeared. "Sir, is everything fine?" the tall 30-something-year-old white lady asked. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just a little stressed out behind all these terrorist threats. Yes, they can become a little overwhelming, but you do not have to worry too much about the threats. We are currently on high alert. Little did she know, the high alert was the main cause of his concern. When Michelle received their ticket, the two made their way toward the boarding gate. The two undercovers disappeared, made Gangster Jake feel a lot better. He summed it up that they may have been police. They may have not been police after all. Against his better judgment, he blanked them from his mind. "Baby, it's going to be nice to shake LA for a minute. When I was locked down, I used to dream about traveling. Honey, you're going to love Brooklyn. I hated to leave it all behind, but she began to blush like a little girl. "I couldn't leave my boo out here all by himself. Oh, ain't that cute? Give me a hug, mommy." As the couple hugged near a gift shop, two agents posing as a couple themselves peeped out every move that they were doing. They were the same two who scoped them out at the ticket counter. "Excuse me, DEA, do you mind if we have a word with you two?" A white blue-faced man who stood 5 feet 9 inches announced with the voice of authority. He was in his mid-30s. His female partner was only 22. The popo was on his bumper, all motherfucking ready. She was also white and could have passed for Jodie Foster back in her younger days. Her partner startled Gangster Jake and Michelle, but not to the point of panic. Michelle was well schooled when it came to dealing with the police. She had been grilled by the law on several occasions due to all the drama her and her young brothers stayed in. Gangster Jake kept it cool. He did not know what they wanted, but the crime he committed did come to both of their minds. "Damn, I'm Pop. These motherfuckers got me," played in his mind when the agents confronted them. But as a few seconds went by, he came to realize that whatever the agents wanted could not have been too detrimental. If so, he would have already been face down on the ground with handcuffs attached to his body. "What's the problem?" Michelle spoke up. "We noticed you purchased your plane tickets with cash. We have no reason to believe you are transporting drugs." "No, we have reason to believe that you're transporting drugs. Do you mind if we conduct a search of your bags?" The female agent eventually joined in on the investigation. "Why do you believe we're transporting drugs? Is it the fact that we're black?" "Hell no, you can't search our bags. Go and search those white people bags over there." She pointed at 3 white teenagers walking alongside of their parents. Michelle was not having what they were trying to give her, and she was starting to create a scene. "Calm down, miss. Drugs are the only thing we are checking for. We're certainly not looking to cause any problems. We're only doing our jobs. The female quietly mentioned to Michelle, wishing her partner would have never decided to interfere with the black couple. That's how I be happening too, man. This scene right here actually reminded me when I was in the airport, man. Me and the homie was traveling. It was a while back, and the police put us over, man, and they was just sweating us for no reason. And it was a couple. Happened a couple times actually. I got sweated in the airport because often back in the days I used to travel, from LA to Denver, Colorado, do my thing, do my serving and this and that, and I was a little sicker than that. I wouldn't have no dope on me. When I first started, we used to have drugs in our pocket, But once 911, after 911 happened, man, all that shit changed. Security got real deep, and man, we just start sending that shit other ways, man. Long story short, ain't no just getting into it, but
other ways.
Man, I am so fortunate that I don't have to deal with that part of life, selling drugs, doing bad things to get my bread. Anyway, back to the story, back to the book. So anyway, the police took it through the process, telling me all we looking for is drugs and all this shit, right? Gangsta Jay, he a smooth motherfucker, just to let y'all know throughout this book. He don't panic, he don't go through no, real serious bullshit. He know how to deal with situations because he got a lot of experience. But anyway, Gangsta Jay experienced total composure after understanding the agent's rationale for invading their space. Something as minor as a pat-down search was common for him. He was actually relieved that was a core of their interference. A murder investigation, on the other hand, would have been a whole different story. Out of respect for Michelle, he attempted to avoid any further embarrassment. Officers, there must be some type of mistake. He let the male DEA agent know while staring him straight in the eyes. He knew Michelle was handling the situation wrong, so he stepped in once he believed the coast was clear. Honey, I'll take over from here. He turned to his girl and gave her a quick wink, only she could observe. Dang, they act like we're damn terrorists. She released out her system before letting Gangsta Jay take over the conversation. Pardon my wife. She's been under a great deal of stress lately. We're mourning the loss of our dad and younger brother. We're both serving our country over in Iraq. He smoothly lied. Lied like a rug. Michelle's dad and brother were both safe at their homes less than 5 miles away. She saw where he was headed with the story and played right along. Crocodile tears began rolling down Michelle's face as Gangsta Jake went deep into his fabricated tale. He kept in touch with local and worldly events. So any sort of story he was able to verify by the news that he had just watched. They both were killed in a firefight that lasted 8 hours in the heart of Saddam's hometown, Creek. We received news of the tragedy only 24 hours ago. My wife and I are headed to New York to meet up with the rest of our family. We're both multi-platinum producers who choose to make our purchases with cash. We have no reason to be in possession of drugs. We're both successful people. He hunched his shoulders and turned both palms in the air, indicating a bit of arrogance. His story seemed so plausible, the DEA believed every word he stated. Before long, the two agents let their guards down and were nearly in tears themselves. They both served in the military and felt personally affected by his loss. Sir, ma'am, we're very, very sorry to have inconvenienced you, nice folks. You're free to go. And, by the way, the male agent spoke on behalf of the two. We wish you both the best of luck, and our condolences go out to you and your family. The female agent looked at Michelle with shame written all over her face. Miss, I'd like to apologize for the way I conducted myself. Please forgive me for being so shallow-minded. Michelle did not say a word. Gangsta Jake, fully confident that the two agents were now wove to sleep, decided to put extras on top of the performance that he had already presented. We're both law-abiding citizens who pay taxes. I've also had the privilege of serving in our forces during Operation Desert Storm. Just a minute. Let me find my identification in my carry-on. He refused. He reached over in order to go through the bag resting on his shoulder. His clean cut and neatly trimmed mustache gave him the look of a square. Unless you were familiar with his character, you would not have imagined what type of person that stood before him. No, that would not be necessary, sir. We're already taking up enough of your time. Okay, then. You officers have a great day. As a matter of fact, I feel safer knowing that you guys are nearby, he jokingly said as he walked away, holding Michelle by the hand. Suckers, he boasted, whispering to Michelle as he drew further away from the agents. Boy, you are crazy. You should have been an actor. You really have a lot of talent, baby, she flattered him, smiling from ear to ear. I knew for sure we were busted. At first, I was so nervous I thought maybe that bitch could have smelled the weed in my panties. It seemed like she was sniffing, trying to inhale something. This chronic is so loud. Chronic? I didn't know you had some bud on you. I wanted to surprise you once you ran out. Baby, I appreciate you wanting to surprise me and all that, but that ain't cool. That shit have to be properly stashed if you're going to bring it through an airport. Gangsta Jay like, what the fuck is you doing? That's how females are sometimes. They be so reluctant to help their men out that they willing to do stuff that they don't understand about. I'm talking about the game. I ain't just talking about just regular stuff in life. But when you're dealing with a straight up gangster, you got to know the rules of the game. You can't just run around doing stuff that you don't know nothing about. So guess what? Michelle was all right with whatever he said. So the story continued on in a good way. Properly stashed. Damn, you act like you stuck yours up the crack of your ass or something. Michelle thought for a second about how he used to hide balloons of weed she gave him during their visits back in the penitentiary. Oh, you did stick it up your... She smiled and pointed at him. Shh. What are you trying to do? Get me x-rayed? Keep that under your hat. Come on, girl. They just announced our flight is boarding. These white folks got me shaking in my fucking boots. I'm not messing around with this hot-ass airport on the way back. They must have a green light to harass any young person that's not white. Ooh, boy, they was tripping up in that LAX, man. That's how it be in LAX, man. Well, you know what? I can't say now, but back in the days when we used to come to there, man, there used to be so much drama with the police coming to there, man. I'm talking about, just like Ice Cube used to say, faux gang bangers, professional crack slangers. We've been in the car. I forget how the verse go, but you know what I'm talking about on the one where they went to St. Louis. They was really, he was really rapping about that shit, but we was really doing that shit. As I told the homie Cartoon, I was on a Toon podcast the other day. I was like, yeah, man, he mentioned that song right there that I just mentioned, and I was like, yeah, man, we was really doing that shit, going out of town, in the snow, grinding, connecting with dudes from other states. Shout out to my homeboys out there in Denver, Colorado. That's one of the first states I went out there. Some of them guys, I still deal with. Shout out to my boy P-Lo from Crenshaw Mafia. And also rest in peace, Corey, man. I heard little Corey just got killed out there, man. That's one of my little partners, man. I knew him before he was even gang banging out there, man. Him and Ty Bud. Rest in peace to Ty Bud, his brother, man. That's two great losses that they actually experienced in their family, man. Just in a short period of time, man. So shout out to the Lockets out there, man, in Denver, Colorado, man, for your loss. Much condolences to you guys. But yeah, man, I've done a lot of traveling, man, in the process of, just life, living, coming up in the game, banging, selling dope, getting money. It was just a process, man. And I ran across a lot of good people, in that process. And some of them wasn't all on my side, they wasn't all Crips, Some of them that, as I just mentioned, the Lockets, out there in Denver, Colorado, man, when we first went out there, they wasn't banging. And, you know, we got to see that experience from them going from not gang banging to being CMGs. You know, actually the guys I went out there with was CMGs. Shout out to my homeboy Mumbles, Monk, Taco, Dane, man, there's so many of y'all, you know, Lil B, man, y'all, you know, we was out there doing our thing, getting our dough. Jay Bird from Crenshaw Mafia, not Crenshaw Mafia, from Denver Lane. Yeah, man, we was doing our thing back in the days, man. This was like in the 80s, man, before this gang banging really took off. So it's like, man, I got a whole lot of stories up in here. I'm telling you, this ain't the only story right here. As time go on, I actually got an autobiography coming out. It's called Hindsight is 2020. It's a memoir of my lifestyle, my life, from when I was a kid on up to an adult, from the trials, tribulations, from gang banging in South Central Los Angeles, where I was born and raised. You know, I just talk about my lifestyle, man, because, you know, some people want to hear about this stuff, you know, and I want to display the stories as well, because, you know, people can learn from this information. You know, I went through a lot in order for people in order for people not to have to go through this shit, because, man, it ain't nothing slick about gang banging, ain't nothing slick about being shot, ain't nothing slick about waking up in prison, ain't nothing slick about, you know, just going through the whole process. I mean, it's cool, it's fun. We had, you know, I ain't gonna lie, man, I had a lot of fun hanging out with the homies, you know, just chilling, you know, just smoking weed, just chopping up good stories, just coming with good memories and all that. But at the end of the day, it's all about family. It's all about, you know, the people that really care for you and that really love you. The homies, you know, they love you. I ain't gonna say that they don't, but man, it's a bigger picture, man. You know, we got to start living for the big picture, you know, for our real loved ones and for the homies as well. But it's levels to this shit. It's layers to this shit. So, you know, long story short, all I'm saying is, don't be so motherfucking crazy for the homies that's out there doing the wrong thing. Get with the homies that's doing the right thing, that's doing positive things, and ain't out there trying to bust on somebody, trying to kill somebody with some bullshit. Get your money, grind, do what you got to do. But be respectful of our race, man, because we are who we are. We are a dysfunctional family, you know. Nonetheless, we are family with dysfunctional family, but we're still family. So, at the end of the day, man, you know, chapter 8 is over, man. Just to let you guys know, chapter 8 is over. Next chapter coming up is going to be Surprise, which is going to be chapter 9. We're going to get with that a little bit later down the road, but just to let you guys know, I appreciate you guys being on deck. Appreciate you guys coming to my channel. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and share, man. Share the information, because it's all about, you know, getting this information to as many people as we possibly can, because as I mention every time, it takes a village to raise a family. Without you guys, there's no me, there's no Gangsta Jake Project. And let me explain to you guys a little bit about this. There is a message behind the madness. Stop the blood and Crip war or die. What do I mean by that? It goes back to part 3 of the Gangsta Jake series, what this is all going to. It goes to the 3rd book. The 3rd book right here is really what I like to fast forward and zoom to and get the message for everybody out there. But guess what? Y'all ain't just trying to hear this right here. Y'all ain't just trying to hear the end of this, because the end of this is stopping gang banging. It's a good thing. People, I ain't gonna say y'all ain't trying to hear it, but I know you guys want some drama in between. I know you want some sex. You want some drama. You want some partying. You know what I'm saying? We're going to turn up a little bit. We're going to do a little pow. We're going to do a little busting. We're going to do a little gang banging, AA gang. You know, this is what we do, man. You know, we got to get the attention. I got to speak the language that y'all know in order for you guys to feel me. But really, in reality, some people going to get it a little bit faster than others. And some people, it takes a little bit longer to get the message. But the message is, this gangbanging thing is playing out, man. It's getting old, baby. Ain't y'all tired of killing each other? At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a damn how much you hate the next banger. I don't give a fuck how much I think from I ain't even gonna throw no examples of hoods out there, but I'll say I don't give a damn how much one hood hate another hood. Everybody want to live. You can't be that stupid to want to die. And you can't be that stupid to not want to let your kids live and not die in the next generation. Because guess what? It could be all cool, regular, smooth and dandy until them shots start busting. Once them shots start busting and people start dying and people start laying in them graves, people start getting real mad, man. And we got to get past that, man. And shout out to the Broadways and the East Coasters on the East Side, man, and the West Side, because Broadways is from West Side. You know, we always had a debate about the East and West with the Broadways. You know, the 5 Broadways. You know, Maine actually separate the East and the West from Los Angeles. So, you know, we always kind of look at it like y'all from West Side, but really y'all from the East Side. We all hang together, or whatever. Back in the day, we, you know, and still at times we hang together, but. Any rate, shout out to the East Coasters. Shout out to the Broadways. They had been beefing and warring for years, been killing off each other for years and years and years, ever since I can remember. And man, they getting along together. The killing has stopped. The war is over. Shout out to Lil Murdoch from East Coast. Helped put that process together. He was very instrumental with that. Fat Dog, rest in peace. He was actually instrumental to that as well. Shout out to Fat Dog, rest in peace. We just had his funeral. I'm sure you guys seen the video. It's been going up because, you know, we honored the homie. And yeah, man, I just hope that as we go forward, we can just have more sets come together, particularly in my section, because, you know, we got some issues. And, you know, we do get along with some people that we don't normally get along with. You know, we straight the fence with, you know, certain ones. I'm not even gonna say, you know, no names and this and that, because we're gonna eventually get all that out there. And as time come on, we're gonna have some homies right here on the couch talking to me about this gang war and stuff. Because I know y'all like to hear about that gang thing, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just a hot topic, and it's relevant, man. It should be a hot topic because a lot of people are dying from this war that don't need to die from it, and we need to just bring this thing together, man. And that's what this story is all about. That's what the Gangsta Jake Peace Treaty 2017 is all about. It's all about bringing the Bloods and Crips together. And I'm not gonna lie, it's a violent ass story because Gangsta Jake wasn't just having no just regular ass peace treaty, and then next thing you know, we go back to war, tripping with each other. He was like, man, we finna have a solid ass peace treaty. We're gonna do this thing, it's gonna really work. And guess what? The ones that ain't down with the peace treaty, we're gonna start killing them off. So this book is about a national peace treaty among Bloods and Crips that entails consequences of death for those who chose to go against it. Yeah, it's a violent peace treaty, but guess what? We killing each other off anyway. Let's get the killings over with and get to the good part. Let's start celebrating life. Let's start living fullest potential that we can. Let's start educating our youth. Let's start honoring our dead that died in this war. Let's start honoring all the old people that died in the war, the young people, the kids. Let's get past it. Just the same way the United States got past it in any other war or any other country. Russia got past this country when they got beef with them or whatever the scenario is. People can not get along and eventually get along. It's just all about the mindset. With that being said, I'm gonna get on up out of here, man, because I got a few things to do for you guys going forward. But shout out to everybody out there that is on the peaceful level, that's trying to take care of business, and those knuckleheads that's out there still turned up. Turn up, it's all good. Do your thing, but just try to do it at a minimum. AA, 5 Trey Gang, Avalon, Gangsta Crip. I'm out of here.